Hello and welcome to my first Capcut editing tutorial. Uh, this is kind of my first try, so sorry if I may be a bit all over the place, but I really wanted to show my subscribers and whoever is watching this how I produce my videos. So, what better way to do that than the dummy song I'm editing? So, what I basically do is first off, I record the entire fight, the entire song, which the origin of that would be right here. It was recorded by Fazgort, so make sure you check out their channel. It'll be in the description. But basically, I do that, and like the whole scene is basically already here. You know, Frisk is checking out stuff, but the main difference is when you go over here, the sound comes on, and then the song comes on. So basically, it's all the same except right here. I started cutting it up because what I wanted to do was, hold on, it's loading, was that I wanted to focus on the shaking a bit more. So what I did was from the original, this is from the original clip, is I cut this up from both ends and I copied it. So I copied it, spliced it up a little bit, so now, let's mute that for you guys. And so now he's shaking twice, and it's kind of seamless when you put it like that. So I basically just did that. So once I do that, I basically just put what followed after this part, the original part, and I split it up by 1.2. Now I did that because when I put it to 1, nothing really makes sense anymore. So to make it a bit more snappy, I just put it to 1.2. And it's not really noticeable. It just makes it a bit snappy. Anyways, the real meat and potatoes of what I want to show you is, let me just close all of these, are the dialogue boxes. It's completely different than what I have over here. And he's like, full, and then, yeah. But then you see I cut it right here, and now he's angry. Why is that, you might ask? Well, what I did was basically, I changed it completely. So, here's the edited one, and it looks really neat. How did I do this? So first off, and the most important part to get started, is having a text box that completely blocks it out. So this is all just spaces. When I click that, you can see it's just shadow. When I remove it, text. When I have it back, shadow. So basically what I do is, it's just a bunch of spaces and enters. And what I do is when you're in the background, all you have to do is turn the background on and off, and it just removes the text. And it's the same color as the dialog box, which means nothing's going to show up. Well, hold up. There, now nothing's going to show up. So yeah. And then what you do for the text is you get this specific font. You can find it online, but it's Undertale Deltarune text font, extended, regular. You can find it on a bunch of different sites. Just try not to get a virus. I'm not sure if I'll put that in the link in the description, because I don't remember where I got it from. I got it months ago, but you figure it out. And so basically, yeah, you have that. But you want it to kind of move the same as the other font, where it kind of like goes out, and it goes out, and it looks like it's not just being like, it just shows up. So basically what I do is, through CapCut, you choose the animation that goes in, and you choose type 1, because without type 1, it just looks like this. It just pops in, which doesn't make any sense. So yeah, and then you do that for this, and then this. This one was a bit tricky. because for these, you have to, for Dummy specifically, or maybe a few NPCs in Undertale, they have this symbol right here for when they're talking, and you can notice it when I remove these. It goes like full, and then you don't need to have that every time. I saw it in the video. Not sure. Yeah, right here. You only need it for that part. Sometimes he's not doing a different dialogue, or they. I don't know. Uh, but yeah. So I basically just did an entirely new text box and added the same animation. So now that's perfect. Although what you do want to do is when you zoom in here, you want the other word to be just below the Y. So it's basically the same, because if you don't do this, it's just gonna be off center. That's what happened. So yeah. And then you just do that for the whole rest of it. And that's it. I added a fade here because fun fact, or not fun fact for me, is that when you zoom in here, uh, I originally had it over here. Oh, I didn't even explain that. I'm so sorry. So this wasn't originally supposed to be here, because what originally happens in the scene is, look, I gotta move all these, is that it's just like the animation that goes into the fight. So how did I get this in there? Well, what I did was I basically just this is originally from over here somewhere, but I spliced it out and I cropped it. So half of that is there. And you can notice that all the animation is above, while Frisk and the dialogue box are the same. And it looks like he's still talking, or they're still talking. Ugh, you know me. So yeah, that's pretty seamless. So oh, and what happened here was I originally expanded it out here, but then like it's just half the screen, so that doesn't work. So yeah, I know this was very impromptu, very all over the place, but I hope you got it. I do want to share some of the tips and tricks that I've gotten when this isn't online. I learned this all by myself. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Listen to the song in the description or the other way around. And yeah, I'll see all of you in the next video. Peace.